So we are going to continue with influencer relations. Here we'll be looking at some of the advantages of leveraging influencers to advance or promote PR campaigns. We would also look at some of the ways or some of the things to consider when you are choosing an influencer. So let's begin with the value or the importance of influencers in public relation campaigns, or what are the importance or what are the reasons for partnering with influencers. So an influencer is a person who has the power to influence the purchasing decisions of other people, and this is largely because of the position that they hold, because they are famous or they have some form of knowledge or authority or relationship with their audience. So they are able to command that influence from their audience. So that's who an influencer is. So then, what is influencer relations? When we talk about influencer relations, we are talking about the strategies or the processes that um, are adapted in identifying, choosing, and also engaging with an influencer. So, all the strategies that are being put in place when a public relations officer or when a brand is trying to engage with an influencer is what we call influencer relations. The strategies that are put in place to build good relationships with the influencers. So let's start by discussing the importance of influencers. What role do influencers play in promoting brands or amplifying public relation campaigns? What are the value that they add to public relations? So one importance or one strategic value is that they help to build trust and credibility with audiences. So influencers are seen as being more relatable and authentic. So we have different kind of influencers. We have fitness influencers, we have food, fashion influencers, and so on. I mean, we have a wide array of influencers that are into different industries. So when an influencer is being partnered to promote a product, audiences see um, the influencers as being more relatable because they feel like they are people that they are they are in their shoes, in the sense that audiences perceive influencers are as more genuine. So when they are making recommendations for a product, audiences see these recommendations as genuine and credible. Because, for instance, if an influencer who is into skincare is promoting a lotion or is promoting a hair cream, audiences are more likely to believe or trust the credibility of the influencer because that person is into that industry and can relate with their audience. Unlike advertising that comes from the organization, people see that as more like they are just trying to make you buy their products. But once an influencer is promoting the product, people see it as more credible. So the influencers add value to PR campaigns by building trust and credibility with their audiences. So they help to build credibility with their audiences when they are promoting a product or service. Audiences are more likely to believe them because they see them as people who perceive knowledge and who are more knowledgeable about what they are promoting. Because first of all, they are into that area of interest, say skincare. So once they are promoting a skincare product, audiences are more likely to believe because they know that these influencers can relate with what they are promoting. Another advantage is that influencers help to enhance the reach and also engagement on social media platforms. This is because influencers have most of them have an established online audience They have a dedicated following. They have a lot of people that are following them on social media platforms. So once you partner with an influencer, it allows the brand to reach out to more people quickly. Okay, so that is another advantage. So for instance, if um, an influencer like Nanama McBrown is promoting a product, the brand that she's promoting the product for, say Gino tomato mix, is more likely to reach out to or tap into her following on social media and reach out to a lot of people compared to them just posting it on their social media walls. Okay, because most of these influencers even have more followers than several brands and organizations. So using them helps a brand to tap in to their following and also reach out to a wide majority of audiences. Another advantage is that partnering with influencers helps to generate earned media and also word of mouth. What this means is that when an influencer is being partnered with to promote a product, most of the time they go beyond just the paid partnership of just promoting the product on the screen. They would most of the time wear the product, they would unbox the product, they would do live reactions, they would do behind the scenes stories, and all this gives a lot of exposure to the product that they're trying to promote. Unlike paid advertisement where the product is just advertised on the screen and that is it. With influencer partnership, they actually incorporate the brand that they are promoting into their daily activities. So if it is a car that they are promoting, you see them driving the car. If it is a food product, they actually cook with it and they give a lot of exposure to the product they are promoting. So what this does is that most people are more likely to say, "Oh, I want to try this. This looks very nice," because they demonstrate how the product is being used. They're able to generate earned media for the product, meaning that beyond the paid advertisement or beyond the paid partnership, they are giving you a lot more exposure to the product and also enhancing a word of mouth promotion in the sense that once they promote the product with all these unboxing, live reactions, and also behind the scenes stories, most of their audiences are more likely to share the product with their friends and also encourage other people to purchase the product because they've seen the product being demonstrated, they've seen the product being used, and they see how it is. So they are more likely to promote the product to other people through word of mouth. So, for instance, when Samsung is promoting a new smartphone, you will see tech reviewers on YouTube demonstrating and creating more videos about the features of the product. They would experiment with the camera and compare it with that of iPhone and give more exposure to the product. So as they keep on generating more exposure to the product by showing how the camera features works, how the storage works and all that. This is what actually influences the audience's decisions more strongly compared to paid advertisements. Another advantage is that influencer partnerships they help to support brand storytelling. So what this does is that influencers are the ones that bring messages to life. Okay, they bring messages to life compared to paid advertising. So instead of paid advertising, or instead of a brand saying that our product works, our product is the best, influencers or influencer partnership would actually demonstrate in real life situation using the product. Okay, and this is something that would have a strong influence on people's purchasing decisions. So, for instance, a fitness influencer who is promoting a sports drink would actually incorporate this into their storyline. So during a workout, you will see them drinking the sports or energy drink throughout their workout to show a real life application of the product being used and not just some kind of scripted advertising. So that's what this means. Influencer partnerships help to support or enhance brand storytelling where they demonstrate their product through real life applications and storylines and show the product being used. Lastly, influencers also helps to navigate algorithm changes. We've talked about the challenge of algorithm changes in new media and social media that social media platforms often use algorithms to rank and determine which content is visible to users. And these algorithms keeps changing by the minute. But influencers helps brands to navigate this challenge because they know which song is trending, they know which style or what is trending. So they actually incorporate these trends into promoting their product. So if a song is trending on TikTok, an influencer will leverage it in promoting a brand so that once someone searches for that song, the product that they are promoting with the song would also be visible to the audience. So they help to navigate algorithm changes where they understand the trends, they know what is going on, they know how the algorithm is changing, and then they incorporate these changes in promoting a brand. So this also helps to give more visibility to brands due to the algorithm changes that is always in effect on social media platforms. So these are some of the benefits of influencer partnership. They help to build trust and credibility. That is, audiences see them as more knowledgeable and more experts in a particular field. So once they are promoting a product or a brand that is aligned with their area of interest, they help to build trust and credibility where audiences see them as credible sources and they are more convinced to make a decision to purchase the product or service. We also said that influencers enhances reach and engagement because they have an established or a high number of followers on social media platforms. Once you partner with them, they can help you reach out to a whole lot of people or a whole lot of targeted audience. And then we said that influencers also helps to generate earned media and word of mouth because they give more exposure to the product that they are promoting through demonstrations, live reviews, behind the scenes stories. They actually give more exposure to the product than paid advertisement would actually do. And then they also help to support brand storytelling because the influencers will incorporate the brand into their daily lives. So if it is a product that they are promoting, you will see them applying the product in real life situations and not just saying that this product is good. They would demonstrate and use the product for you to see that it is good. And this helps to support the brand storytelling. And then lastly, we said that influencers also help to navigate algorithm changes because the algorithm changes by the minute, deciding which content is visible to audience. Influencers are able to quickly adapt to trending styles, which helps to enhance visibility for brands. Let's now look at some of the criteria for selecting an influencer. So once a brand wants to partner with an influencer, there are certain check boxes that they need to tick. Okay. So one, they need to check the relevance. Does this person align with our brand values? So an influencer must fit in the brand's identity, the tone that the brand wants to communicate, and also the influencer must be suitable to the targeted audience. Their content teams, their personality, their values should all match what the brand stands for. Okay, so a brand like a brand that is trying to promote fitness and well-being should select an influencer who is somehow, say, a gym instructor or a wellness coach. It would be irrelevant to pick someone who is a comedy or a skate creator to promote something of that sort. So when choosing an influencer, check the relevance. Does this person's values, does their area of interest align with your audiences and the tone that your brand used to communicate? Okay, that has to be checked. This is highly important because it ensures that your messages reach the right audiences and also boost credibility. Because if you use an influencer that is not seen as credible by your audiences, your influencer partnership will go down the drain. So, for instance, an institution like UPSA, if they are trying to, advertise for people to enroll into their courses, clearly using someone like Black Sheriff would almost be misaligned because he is someone who is a school dropout and he wouldn't even like to encourage some people or youth to attend UPSA. So choosing the influencer has to be something that is in alignment with a lot of things, the values that the brand stands for. And then when choosing an influencer, the reach also has to be considered. You need to consider the reach. This refers to the number of people or the potential number of people that the influencer can actually influence with their content, or the number of people that the influencer can reach out to when you partner them. This includes the follower count, the number of following that the influencer has, and also the visibility across the platforms. So, for instance, when MTN is trying to promote their Momo app or their Momo Pay app, they can partner with celebrities like Black Sheriff or Bellamundi because these are people that have a massive following and audience on social media platforms. So they are more likely to give more exposure to the campaign that MTN is trying to promote. So the reach or the potential number of people that the influencer can reach out to should be also considered when trying to identify and partner with an influencer. Another key factor is resonance. This is quite similar to reach, but distinct in the way or in the sense that resonance has to do with how strongly the influencers' audiences interact with their content. So there are certain influencers that have high following, but once they make a post, seldom do people comment or like or even share their content. They just have a high following. They are not active on social media platforms. Their audiences do not interact or engage with their content. And this is a no-no if you want to partner with an influencer who does not resonate with their audiences or whose content is lowly engaged. So that is something that also has to be considered. The resonance. That is the number or how strongly the influencers' audiences are likely to engage in their with their content, such as liking the content, sharing it, and also saving it or even downloading it. So, for instance, an influencer can have 20k followers, but only 5 likes per their post. Okay, this is not effective compared to someone who has 3,000 followers and say 200,000 people are liking and engaging with their content. So it's not just about the following, it is about the number of people that are actually engaging and interacting with your content. So resonance is another key factor that needs to be considered in identifying and selecting an influencer. Another key factor is authenticity. That is, do these people appear credible or the trustworthiness of the influencer? Because if audiences trust that influencers are honest, they are consistent, they are more likely to believe what they are trying to promote. Okay. But once an influencer is chosen and the credibility of that influencer or the authenticity of that influencer is questionable, audiences are less likely to believe or trust them as being credible. So, for instance, a skincare influencer who has a bad skin, I mean, nobody is going to believe that. So, once you are using an influencer to promote a product like skincare, the person needs to have a good skin to at least create some kind of credibility that, oh, because this person is using that product, the person has a nice skin. So the audiences are more um, likely to see them as credible. But once they are not seen as credible and authentic, they are not going to have any influence or impact on the targeted audience. Another key factor is content quality because an influencer may possess all the aforementioned attributes, having relevance, having a wide reach, having resonance, and being authentic. But another key question that needs to be asked is the quality of their content. Because once you are using social media to promote, once you are partnering with influencers, they are going to be using social media platforms to engage their audiences. Their visuals should be of good quality, their captions, their messaging should be compelling and persuasive. Their storytelling should be persuasive as well. So, another thing that needs to be considered is their content quality. They should be able to take good photos because even if you have an influencer who is seen as authentic and they are not able to produce quality content, it will not have a massive impact on audience. So the quality of the content that influencers produce should match the brand image and campaign goals because high quality editing, photography, storytelling, and caption writing do matter when you are trying to promote a product. So, for instance, a tourism brand, when they are choosing an influencer, it will be favorable if they choose someone who create videos with drone shots and has well edited transitions, okay, to show a beautiful, or to show the beauty of the tourist site. So once the person is able or meet this criteria, can take quality content, then the person can achieve the intended goal that the brand wants to promote. So let's now take a look at some of the ways to building and managing relationships with influencers. So one thing to consider is outreach. If you want to build good relations with influencers, you need to have a personalized and respectful contact with them. So once reaching out to an influencer, it should be something that is professional. It should feel human and well tailored. Okay, brands must avoid using generic terms. Instead of saying that hello, we are MTN and I want to work with you, it should be something that is more human. Like, hi, we are MTN. We love how you incorporate your storytelling into promoting your products and brands, and we like your ideas. We think that partnering with you can help us achieve this goal. So it should be something that is personalized because once you show respect and for them, it helps to increase their acceptance rate and it helps to build a positive foundation for partnership. Because don't forget, this is not advertising. They are going to give you organic reach. They are going to um, help you navigate algorithm changes, and they are going to help you achieve a whole lot of stuff that advertising will not be able to accomplish. So once you are reaching out to them, you should use a professional and a respectful tone to reach out to them. That way you're able to build good relations with them. Another thing is engagement. So before you even pitch for a collaboration with influencers, you should start by engaging them. So follow them on social media platforms, like their content, comment on their content, and show that you really have a genuine interest in what they do before asking for a collaboration. That way, you're able to build good relationships with them. So, for instance, a skincare product or brand like Gandua Cosmetics, they want to partner with Nana Mama Brown. Before even pitching for a collaboration, they can start by regularly commenting on her post and content, complimenting her tutorials, sharing her content. Because once you begin doing this, you engage them before pitching for a collaboration, they begin to feel that you like what they do and you really appreciate what they do. So it will make your partnership with them more effective, and it will also help you to build good relations with them. So this is another key strategy that needs to be adapted if you want to build good relationships with influencers. And yes, another key thing is contracts. Contracts are very, very, very important in relationships, not just for influencers, in relationships. And influencers is no exception. So there should be a clear contract that protects both parties and ensures professionalism. Okay. In the contract, it should specify the number of posts or stories that you want the influencers to make for you per week. It should have deadlines. It should have payment terms. It should have the usage rights. Okay. And not that disclosure requirements. Should they say that this is a sponsored ad or they should not? So all these things should be considered in the contract. So there should be a legally binding contract or a well-structured contract that binds the two parties, the influencer and the brand. This helps to, overcome a lot of challenges like delay in payments, which can destroy or spoil the good relationship that you have with the influencers. So there should be a good and a well structured contract so that all the parties knows their obligations and what is binding on them. That way you're able to build good relationships with them. But once there's no contract, they make a content, you come and complain that they are not meeting deadlines, their content is not good, and you are not even paying them on time. It leads to a lot of issues. And when once these issues arises, it deteriorates good relationships. So there should be a contract, formal agreements on deliverables, timelines, and compensation so that the two parties know their way forward. And then there should be support. There should be support. So don't just partner with the influencer and you go into limbo. You think that because they are Nana Mama Brown, once you've paid them, they should deliver. No, you should support them. Give them or provide them with the talking points. What do they want them to talk about? Give them the creative assets, the timely responses when they ask for um, clarity and they issue their concerns to you. So you should support the influencers. Don't just partner with them and expect that they would do their work. Provide the necessary support that they need, the talking points, and equip them with useful materials that will allow them to create compelling content to promote your brand. Because once you are not supporting the influencers, don't expect them to do magic and bring your brand or achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So provide support to the influencers in the form of talking points, timely responses to their questions so that they can work in a conducive environment. This is another way of building good relationships with them. But once you are not supportive, they might not even want to partner with you in the future. And then lastly, the brands must constantly monitor. So monitoring is another way of building and managing relations with influencers. So using analytic tools to monitor and track the engagement of brands and their mentions on digital platforms. Because once you are able to track the performance of an influencer using analytic tools, that way you know what they've been able to achieve. You can commend them on that. And then if they are not able to achieve a certain target, you can also use that to say that, hey, once we partner with you, this was the goal. You are supposed to give us 50,000 reach within 2 months. When we check the analytics, you are below par, or you've not been able to meet that criteria. Okay, so this and this. So monitoring the content that influencers make, or monitoring the performance of influencers, is another way of building good relations with them. Because once the insight from the monitoring shows that they've been able to achieve or meet your target, then you know that the campaign was successful, and you know the way forward in future partnerships with them. But once you through the monitoring, you've been able to establish with the data collected that they were not able to meet the targets, then they know that they they are falling short. So once you are criticizing, or once you do not partner with them in the future, there is mutual understanding. So there should be monitoring which will help you to provide facts on assessing the performance of influencer partnerships. So these are some of the things that needs to be considered to building good and mutually beneficial relations with influencers. So let's now look at some of the metrics for evaluating campaign success. So once you've partnered with influencers, you need to evaluate the success of your campaign or your engagement with them. There are some metrics that you can use to do this, so that you know whether your influencer partnership was successful, whether it was a success or it was nothing to write home about. So one metric for evaluating campaign success when you partner with influencers is reach. This has to do with the number of people that saw the content and the followers growth that you got with the influencer partnership. So how many people saw the content that the influencers made? How many people got influenced by the content that they generated? Because the number of people that have been reached out by the content has a significant relationship or influence on their decisions. So if more people saw the content, if the influencers were able to reach out to a wide number of people, you can be at least convinced that, oh, meaning that at least half of these people will make a decision to purchase our brand products or services. So you need to measure the reach. How many people did the influencer reach out to? How many people saw the content that they created? Did you gain any new followers during the campaign period? Because this shows that the influencer has been able to attract new interest into your brand page. And it also shows the reach, also shows that it also shows how widely the influencer have been able to amplify your message. Engagement is another key metric. So this goes beyond the number of people that saw it, as in reach. Engagement has to do with the number of people that actively interacted with the content, not just viewing it. So they interact with content through their likes, comments, and shares. So once you analyze or evaluate this metric of engagement, it can give you a clear or a bigger picture of the public sentiment. Because if more people are liking the content, it means that it's having a positive impact on them. If the comments are showing positive sentiment, it means same. So analyzing the engagement, the number of people that interact with the content, is another metric for evaluating the success of influencer partnership. And then we have click-through rates. This has to do with when you are promoting a product that involves a link. So the click-through rate has to do with the percentage of people or the total number of viewers who click the link that has been included in an influencer's post. So the link can be in the form of a product page, your website or your organization's website, a link to an event registration form. It can be a link to a YouTube tutorial or a discount page. Okay. So once an influencer is promoting your product and you give them links that leads the audience to the product page, your website to register and all that, you need to also check the click through rate, the total number of people who clicked on these links. So if they just view the content and they do not click to initiate or to establish the call to action that you are requiring from them, it means that the campaign was not a success. But once you check the click-through rate and it shows that most people, once they read the post, they actually took the action or they actually took an initiative to visit the registration page or visit the product page, then it shows that they have actually been influenced by the message that the influencer was promoting. And this can be a key metric in evaluating the success of an influencer partnership. So, for instance, if you partner with an influencer and the influencer makes a post that links to a new a product page, and you analyze the click-through rate and saw that out of 1,000 people that viewed the post, 50% of them considered what clicking through the link, then it can help you establish the success that your post has been able to achieve. Because this shows that once more people are clicking on the link, it shows that they have demonstrated genuine interest and then they have taken the initiative to click through the link and also um, take the next action that you want them to take. Conversion rates is another key metric. Conversion or sales. So, how many people perform the intended action after seeing the influencers, after they've seen the influencers' content? Did they purchase from you? Did they sign up to your website? Did they download or did they subscribe to your channel? So, here you are looking at the action that people took after engaging with the influencers' content. So most of the time, what most brands do of late is that they actually assign promo codes to every influencer that they partner with. So if an influencer is promoting, say, NRK is promoting a betting company like SportyBet or 1xBet, they actually assign them to promo codes. So the influencer will say that use my promo code to register on SportyBet, use my promo code to stake this bet. So once you use the promo code, the brand will then analyze and see that and know the number of people that were convinced to register or sign up to SportyBet through their partnership with that particular influencer. So that is another way for evaluating the success of influencers, where brands use promo codes to check the conversions or sales that they've been able to make with their partnership with influencers. The next metric is brand sentiment analysis. This has to do with the public attitude or their feelings that they've expressed towards the brand, especially during a campaign period or during their partnership with an influencer. So once public sentiment changes, the brand will know whether it is positive or it is negative. Because, for instance, once a brand partners with an influencer, they would be able to know the public sentiment that most of our comments or most of the comments on our post has been negative. But once we started partnering with this influencer, we've seen the public sentiment changing. It is now shifting to a positive sentiment of praises, excitement, appreciation, and all that. Okay, so it is another metric for evaluating campaign success. where brands analyze the sentiment of publics. So brand sentiment analysis, where brands analyze the public perception and the public feelings towards their brand, their attitudes, whether it has changed for the good or for the bad during a campaign period. So, for instance, if a fashion influencer promotes a local clothing and people comment like, I like this collection, the quality looks amazing, it is an indication of a positive sentiment. It is an indication of a positive sentiment. And then the last metric is cost per engagement, that is CPE. So here, most this has to do with something that's more mathematical. So what this means is that most brands, once the campaign or once they are done partnering with an influencer and they want to evaluate or analyze the return on the investment that they got, they would actually do some mathematics or calculation. So they will check how many how much did we pay for each engagement? So they will ask themselves, for each comment that the influencer generated, how much did we pay for it? So if they paid an influencer, say 50,000 Ghana cedis to promote their brand, and they check the engagement rate, and it shows that they had 10,000 engagement, that is 10,000 likes, shares and also comments, they will divide this by the total amount of money that they paid for an influencer. So if they pay 5,000 and they then divide it, or they will strike it against the engagement of 10,000, then they will be able to establish that, oh, okay, for each engagement that we got, the cost per each engagement was 50 pesos. Okay, so that's what this means, where the organizations would divide the amount that they paid for an influencer against the each engagement that they got, to know how much they actually paid for each comment, how much they paid for each like, how much they paid for each share that people shared their content. So that is another critical way of looking at it. So if a brand is paying 50,000 to an influencer and they are getting engagement of, say, a post is generating 10,000 likes and they are paying 50 pesos for each comment. Meanwhile, before the engagement with the influencer, they were even getting more likes to a post. It means that their investment is going down the drain. So that is another way of evaluating the success of influencer partnership. So if the cost per engagement is lower compared to what the brand would have paid for traditional advertisement, then they can establish that the influencer campaign is cost effective. So these are the metrics for evaluating the success of influencer partnerships.